there is a person who is practicing Zen. He is a discipline of a Zen master. And he's learning Zen, and his master says, I need you to take this scroll to another master on a town over. And he wanted to make sure that he did this in a very good way. So, and very efficient. And he was excited that he finally got to do something for the master, right? So the Zen master gives him the scroll and says, make sure you get this scroll to, master whatever, one province over, and then come back as quick as you can. So he gets his gear, he grabs his sword, because he's traveling the land, he gets his hat, gets everything he needs, and he starts walking. As he starts walking, he comes to a bridge. When he gets to that bridge, on the other side is a samurai. And the samurai looks at him and says, I'm challenging the first 100 people to a life or death match who walks on this bridge. He goes, I've already defeated 99. You're my last opponent. So the discipline of Zen, he says, sir, if you don't mind, I need to get this message to Master, the Zen Master, and the other prefecture. I promised I would do it. I would gladly come back, and since this is your honor, you've now said you're going to fight the first 100 people, I will give you that, but you've got to please let me go take this message. So the samurai says, I'll wait on you. So the disciple, the Zen student, goes to the Zen master and he says, this is a scroll from my master to you. And he says, can you teach me how to defeat a samurai with a sword? I don't know what to do. He's literally said he wants to kill me, and all I want to do is cross the bridge to give you this scroll. And the Zen master said, I can't teach you how to fight a samurai with a sword. That isn't going to happen. You're just going to die. He said, but what I can tell you how to do is how to deal with death and how to accept death. And he said, when you walk to the bridge, take the sword, and I want you to raise it overhead as high as you can. I want you to shut your eyes and become relaxed. And when you feel something really cold hit your head, that's death. So he's just like, raise the sword, close my eyes and relax, and accept death. So the Zen student, Hal, walks back to the bridge, and there's the samurai waiting. And he says, okay, I'm ready. And the samurai's like, I'm going to now, I said I'm going to kill the first 100 people, I'm going to kill 100 people. Samurai pulls a sword. The Zen student pulls out the sword and puts it over his head like this and shuts his eyes and just becomes extremely calm. The samurai was like, he was taken back by this because he saw that as like he thought to himself, this guy must be really strong and probably an expert swordsman, because nobody that isn't an expert swordsman would be so calm knowing they're about to die. This guy really knows something. So again, the Zen student's just standing there with the sword over the head, and he's just eyes shut, waiting for the death blow, controlling his breathing. Samurai says, excuse me, sir, I think I want to be your student. You have to be one of the most highly skilled swordsmen I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody in the face of death just stand there with their eyes shut, but yet ready to fight. I don't understand. That's where the story kind of ends. It doesn't really go much further than that. But what you're supposed to take from that is, even when you're faced with something extremely hard in life, sometimes the best thing to do is to step back, breathe, and be patient. And it's the smallest thing to do, isn't it? But so many of us don't do that. But it is one of the most easy things to do, is just take a step back, shut the eyes and breathe and relax and just be patient. But we don't. Could you imagine what would happen if that particular Zen student would have just rushed him with a sword? He'd have died. I mean, no way in hell. But just by showing patience and calmness, he didn't have to face that because of that. There might be something you guys can learn from that story, right?